Hey everybody, welcome to episode 4 of the Guitar 9 build. And at the end of the last episode I was talking about getting onto Rust-Oleum's website. I was about to put the guitar back together and I was like, let's see if Rust-Oleum has an answer to this running gold paint problem. And I got on the website and have to give a shout out to Jen with 2 N's at Rust-Oleum and live tech support, live product support chat online. Yeah, you can go and chat to Rust-Oleum. And I gave her the part numbers for the silver and the gold and the lacquer, the clear coat. And she looked them up and she was able to tell me exactly what was going on and what they were designed for and stuff like this and what kind of performance I could expect from them and whether they were compatible and stuff. And it turns out that what's going on is the bright metallic gold and silver are basically gilding paint. They're designed for gold or silver gilded picture frame for painting one of those things. And it's not designed to work with clear coat, and it also is not designed to be really durable. It rubs off. If you ever had a gold painted gilded picture frame, you know that you can actually rub on those things with your finger and the gold starts coming off. So yeah, that's what these paints actually are. And they're not designed to work with clear coats. And so the thinners and stuff in the clear coats make them run. And but she was also able to provide an alternate solution. And that's over here. It turns out that they're not the bright metallics, but the regular metallics, of which they have a whole bunch of different colors. Those are compatible with this stuff. And this, let me zoom this up here for you. Okay. That's good old-fashioned spray Rust-Oleum paint. It just happens to be clear instead of red or blue or green or black or whatever. The same stuff that you put on your wrought iron furniture outside on the patio and it protects it for 20 years. It's really great stuff. It goes on thick. It's an enamel, so you have oil-based cleanup issues and stuff like that. But other than that, it's great paint. I've been using this stuff since I was a kid. So that's the clear coat that works with their metallics, their regular metallics, not their gilding paint, but their regular metallics. And they come in a bunch of colors. They got like 2 or 3 shades of gold alone, and they got bronzes and other things too. So, and then this clear also works with their universal line. And I've actually used this stuff here, this guy here on the right, which is their pearl metallics. It was either that one or it was this one over here, which is their non-pearl metallics in the universal series of paints. And I think what this stuff is it's paint and primer mixed together, and it's like their high-end, high-quality stuff. I was using like a rose gold, trying to get a good hardware color on the rose build way back in the day. The rose is it's one of my builds. It's like a Steinberger Spirit clone. And there was a happy accident in the staining, and it came out kind of a combination of lavender and bubblegum pink. And so then I bought like 24 different colors of paint, trying to paint all the hardware to match this rather unique two-tone stain that I had accidentally achieved on this guitar body and neck. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, I've used this stuff before. It's good stuff. And unfortunately, the rose, it was too pink for what I was trying to do. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so if you are going to try to do some kind of a metallic thing with a clear coat over it, that's the combination that you use. And the big thing about it is you're switching over to a clear enamel instead of a clear lacquer for the clear coat. And then you're using, these are all enamels. I'm relatively certain that these are all enamel-based paints. So it's possible these might be acrylics, but the other metallics, I'm pretty sure they're probably enamels. So yeah, and now we all know. And now it's time to put the guitar together. Too bad it's not an ebony fretboard. I should see if I can do something about that white nut, at the very least. Okay, on this nut here, it's already in position and sanded to match the fingerboard and everything, so I don't want to remove it. And about all I can think is black Sharpie or paint are about the only two options that come to mind. So I think what I'll do is I'll mask off the shelf here and mask off that part of the fingerboard and maybe mask the sides, and then see what a Sharpie does. Okay, got the amp and pedal board out, all set up, plugged in the cab and everything, and it's on and tuned up. And got a pickup in there, just connected with alligator clips. And while I was trying out the pickup I had originally selected here, and not this one, this one, and I was trying shimming it to see if I could get more volume out of it, because it wasn't really loud at first, just sliding it in there. And in the process of digging up some shim material, I came across a couple other pickups. So got out the LCR meter and took readings on all of them, even with the routing. This one that's been, I don't know, encased in epoxy or whatever, it still won't fit, so it's not in the running. But yeah, I took, they'd either already been measured before and marked, or the new ones hadn't. So I went through and marked and or measured all of them. And it turned out that this guy here that's in it now was the hottest at 4.81 Henrys. Yeah. And that makes it a fair amount hotter than this thing at 4.28. So, you know, 20-30% hotter. I don't know, I didn't crunch it up on the calculator, but It's definitely a hotter pickup. And I've been playing around with the height, and it looks like two pieces of black pickguard material will do it. And they have to be narrow enough to fit onto the base plate, not on the screws. And that gets you a more solid and, most importantly, mounting which is actually parallel to the surface of the guitar. Because I was considering, it's almost perfect this way, but if you put these two guys under the middle, it rests on them instead of on the screw tangs, and it brings it up, I don't know, 1/10 or 2/10 of a mil, and it doesn't have buzz issues, and so yeah, it's even better that way. And because it's not, you don't really like notice it's a whole lot of difference in volume, but theoretically it should be higher output that way. And the other big thing is that I was considering using just gold screws here and just screwing it straight to the surface, but there's issues with it rocking and tilting, and if it tilts towards the bridge, this side comes up high, and when you fret it, it tries to buzz. So getting the thing at the proper tilt this way is critical to get it as close as possible without buzzing when you fret up here. So it looks like that and this is going to do it for the pickup. So there wasn't a whole lot of messing around and testing required. It sounds really quite nice for a leftover parts pickup. Let me get it back in here. It's a tight fit, needless to say. Yeah, just about like that. And I had to switch over to running off of the generator. The power inverter was making so much line noise, you would turn on the tuner and all it would read was A sharp. No matter what, it was just A sharp. Everything was A sharp. You might be able to like pluck a string and get another reading for a split second, and then it was A sharp. But anyway, yeah. Okay. The amp's up to half volume. Tones all the way up. So yeah, nice clear tone. Pretty decent sustain as such, so I think this will do for a pickup for sure. As far as the rest of the electronics, it doesn't have a split, and I don't feel like butchering it to put one in. It'd be real easy. There's the split wire right there. Yeah, so no single double off switch. Kill button might be nice, but then it's also got to look good with the guitar. I think I might be able to pull that off. And no EQ or anything like that, I don't think. I mean, there's no way to hide it. So, yeah, yeah, maybe just a kill button and a jack. Keep it super simple. And yeah, Doesn't even really need a kill button. Could just put a jack on it. But I don't know. Right now, the big issue is down here. All the way down here. So it sat under tension overnight and everything went. I tuned it like slightly sharp, just a few cents sharp for everything, and left it overnight. And it all went, you know, half a note flat or something like that, as to be expected. The strings are not stretched. But if you look here, the action's high. And if you remember, before it went into the paint shop, it was assembled and the bridge was sanded, so that when this was all the way down, the action was correct. And I think what's going on is that this top neck screw is not fully seated and might need a little bit of shim in the hole. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. And yeah, so I gotta loosen it all up and take the neck apart and shim that hole a little bit and then put it all back together and see where I'm at. But once I get that squared away, the rest of this should be pretty straightforward now that I've figured out what I want to do with this pickup. I should actually probably get it into the paint shop because I'm going to give it the satin black paint that looks an awful lot like the black on this body. And then I'm going to break bad with the gold paint and the paintbrush, and I'm going to put the gold lightning crack pattern. I'm going to paint this all black, and then I'm going to put the gold lightning crack pattern on it as well. So, and I also need to at least like clean these up or make correct, better looking ones, better sized ones and such. So, but yeah, it's pretty much all the question marks are over with now that I still got to figure out the kill button. So here's the bridge, here's your hand, there's your pickup. You're playing away, and you want to kill. Boom. Yeah, you want to right about here. So yeah, let's be precise about things. Where's a ruler? I was going to say about 1.5 inches above the pickup, but alright, so hands there, you're strumming, you want to hit the kill, boom, kill. See, like right there. And survey says 40 mil. I should make a note of that. Well, the position isn't the hard part. The hard part is figuring out a cool looking mounting panel. Alright, so this is going to go about here. And the button's about that big. So maybe something that... but where do I attach it? Ooh. Oh, that's tough. I can't glue it to the front. And what do I do about a depth pick guard? I don't want to cover up all this stuff. Makes you say, maybe no kill button, unless I can figure out a way to attach it. I was thinking if you had an oscillating cutting tool, you could like cut a slot and then take your pickup mounting, your kill button mounting panel and slide it into the slot and mount it that way. But that's about all I can think of, and I don't really have one of those tools either, so I suppose I could try cutting it with a little circular blade from a Dremel and zzz, that kind of thing. I don't want to cut into this though. Maybe we keep it purist. A decent humbucker and an output jack. It's all a real musician needs anyway, right? A real guitarist? Yeah. There you go. Okay, yeah. Gonna keep it simple, gonna keep it purist. It gets a decent humbucker and it gets an output jack. Okay, I think that's going to do it for this video. So until the next one, everybody, have a good one.